welcome to Dublin. Welcome to Google's EMEA headquarters, and you're very welcome to Conversions at Google. My name's Scott. I'm going to be doing a short introduction to the event today, and I'm going to be taking a bit of a risk and being hopefully assisted by a robot. Sound good? Yeah? Would you like to meet her? Okay, let's see how this goes. Hey, Google, say hello.
Hello, Conversions at Google. What a beautiful audience.
Hey, one down. So, a beautiful audience. Can we turn the lights up in the audience? Let's see if she was right. Keith, turn them up. Have a look around you. What do you think? Yeah. Hey, Google, you were right.
They are so much sexier than last year.
Okay, Google, we talked about your inappropriate comments.
Sorry, I'm very nervous. It's my first time talking to so many people.
Okay. So, hands up those of you who have never been to the Google office here in Dublin before. Okay, wow, a lot of you. So, the Google office in Dublin is, as we call it, the EMEA hub. It's the largest office outside of the US. It's home to about 6,000 Googlers, and it's a pretty diverse place. There's 6,000 people from about 59 different nationalities, and that also reflects the audience, because you guys have all traveled from 29 different countries to be with us over the next 24 hours. So thank you all very much for making the effort to be with us from far and wide. We're also a multilingual bunch in this office, 69 languages spoken, 24% of people speak 3 or more languages. I like to call them the overachievers. Personally, I was raised in the British education system, so I can speak fluently precisely 0.8 languages, so nothing to be proud of there. However, something we are proud of is that we have a 50% split between male and female in this office, which is great. And we're really proud of that, because diversity matters enormously to us. Not just because it makes your daily life more rich and more interesting, but it does actually deliver better business results, and research has proven this. So we'd really like to encourage you guys to connect with each other while you're here, take advantage of the diversity that is in the room, because you're all facing similar challenges. We've tried to help you to do this. On your lanyard, we've put the industry that you work in. We hope we've got that right for you, and the company that you work in. So check it out during the breaks, during lunch, at the evening event tonight. Have a look, seek out people from your own industry, or seek out people from completely new industries. But we'd really love to encourage you guys to connect as much as possible while you're here and learn from each other. We also have a bit of a birthday. The Conversions at Google event is 5 years old. Woo. Hey, Google, sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the person whose birthday it is. Happy birthday to you.
Now, you did not want to hear me try to sing happy birthday, so I'm very glad that she was on point there. So I joined the company 6 years ago, and I came from the advertiser side, like many of you here in the audience. And when I arrived, I kind of had this little secret mission, which was to try and stop Google from selling so much traffic. Because when I was on the advertiser side, I had absolutely no problem with the amount of traffic that I was getting from Google, but the biggest problem that I had was actually converting that traffic. And I wanted Google's help to better convert the traffic that I was getting, and not to just keep on selling me more and more traffic, which I could barely keep up with. So I went and had a discussion with a very important person here in the Dublin office, and I said to him, look, we should hold this event where we do not sell anyone any Google products, and we only help people to convert the traffic that we're sending. And he was very skeptical, but after a year, I wore him down, And eventually, we got the budget to hold the first Conversions at Google event. And in that whole year, it was the highest rated event of any event that we held here in Dublin. And we managed to retain that crown for the last 4 years in a row. So no pressure on this event. But I genuinely believe that there really is so much value in just helping you guys to convert better the traffic that we are sending your way. So what else has changed since we held that first event 5 years ago? I'd argue that we've gone from a world of going online to a world where we live online. And if you've listened to any of Elon Musk's talks, you'll know that he talks about us actually being cyborgs. Now, depending on how much you like science fiction or not, that's either really exciting or sounds absolutely terrifying. But, you know, the fact remains that now we have this extremely powerful computer that gives us access to all of the world's information, almost connected to us at, you know, all times. And, you know, 20 years ago, we would have seemed like someone with superhuman powers because of the device that we have. So how many of these devices are out there? So if we look back when we first launched the event, there was around about 1 billion active smartphones globally. And fast forward to today, there's around about 3 billion out there. And you know, we think that by 2020, there's probably going to be around about 5 billion devices. Now, the form factor that they will entail, as we've seen demonstrated today, you know, could be very, very different. But we know that it is going to have huge growth. Coming back to today, already we're seeing that, you know, 50% of searches are now from mobile devices. And in many markets across EMEA this year, the mobile phone will become the most popular device to access the internet, even more popular than all other devices combined. So that's why the theme is around helping you to convert mobile consumers, because we think that there is a problem today. And that problem is threefold. The first problem is that a lot of people tell us, yes, but mobile converts less than desktop, and around about 3 times less than it does on desktop. Now, Craig, who's speaking later, would probably argue that that is an attribution problem. And yes, it is an attribution problem, but do you know how many more people would convert on mobile if the experience was better? And that is a big question, because we know that 55% of users abandon their mobile transactions. So they've abandoned the purchases that they've already started to complete. And on top of all that, 3 out of 4 of our top advertisers across EMEA have mobile sites that take 10 plus seconds to load. Now, 10 seconds doesn't sound like a huge amount of time, but let's just do a quick experiment. Hey, Google, set a timer for 10 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds. And here we go.
Okay, Google, stop. That was quite a long time, wasn't it? And got pretty awkward. But you know, research has shown us that any sites that take even longer than 3 seconds lead to over a 50% abandonment rate. So that's why we're all here today. These are some of the areas that we're going to be addressing through all of the speakers that you are going to be witnessing today. But I have one ask of you before you listen to all of the great ideas that we have and you hear all of the great ideas amongst your peers here today. Please remain skeptical. You know, Stuart will talk a lot about building a testing culture within your organization later. And you know, what works for one person may not work for someone else. So we know that 70% of A/B tests result in either a 0 impact or a negative impact on your bottom line. So incredibly important to take away these ideas and build a robust testing methodology around them. Okay, so that's about enough from me. Let's see if we get any more wise words from our lovely assistant over here. Hey, Google, give me a quote.
Quotations frequently mentioned on the web include, "A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd." God is a comedian playing to an audience too afraid to laugh. Tell the audience what you're going to say it, then tell them what you've said, and others.
Thanks. So great advice there. Okay, so thank you all very much. That's it from me, and I will now pass you over to your MC for the next 24 hours, Kirk.